Hey, kings and queens, we're back. I had to get some more storage. When you're doing all this type of videotaping and editing, you already know it takes a lot of storage. Woo! So I have minestrone soup. I have a Mediterranean pasta salad with black olive, and this is a Greek salad, with the black olive thing. I had to get something to eat. So if you notice the plate is different, it's because I was hungry. I ate enough fruit, okay? So it's lunchtime because it's that time of day because I started out late. But anyway, going to get something to eat. Let's talk. So, what I was talking about was social media. First of all, I want to say this. It's one of the greatest inventions on this planet. Everybody can connect with each other. People you haven't seen in a long time, friends, family. You can do homework. I mean, it's awesome. Commercials, doctors are on it, hairstylists are on it, fashion, Easter's on it. I mean, everybody's on social media. It's a great way to connect. But everything has its good and everything has its bad. And one of the negative things about social media is that everybody will know your business if you're not careful. We've got a little mature now. We realize now that giving all of your information, like where you live, um, your birth date, your family, you don't need all that business up there. Too much information. We have to be careful because we are in the world of information. Although we appreciate information, we have to also be careful that information in the wrong hands can destroy you. So it has its good and it has its bad. You can give them what they want to know, is what I'm saying. Everybody don't have to know. There's some people who love other people knowing that they went to a club or they went to get something to eat or they're having food or a vacay. Again, no judgment zone. We do what we want to do with our social media. But the point is, you control that. Don't let someone else control that. And if you find that it's not working for you because you got an evil ex or somebody who's watching you, shut it down. Block it. That's all I got to say. But also, talking about jealousy and envy, understand one thing. You can't control how people feel about you. You can control how you react to it, but you can't control their emotions. Jealousy comes from people who don't feel they have vision or they're doing what they're supposed to do. Because when you have vision, you have no reason to be jealous of somebody else. Your vision, your dream is your baby. You got pregnant and you want to give birth and have a beautiful child and you want to nurture it until it becomes grown and it's exactly what you want. Or I could use the metaphor about seeds. You plant it in the ground, you want to watch it grow and bloom. The point is this. If you are hating on someone else, then you need to look inside yourself. Is there something that you see in them that you wish you had? Well, guess what? You are an individual. You are an original. And so with that in mind, you can be intentional and you can do you the best of your ability. And if you admire someone else, don't hate, appreciate. If they are doing something that you really love, and you know that you are in that same realm, because the best way to put it is this: like-minded people. Like-minded people are a community of people who share the same visions, not the same vision, but have a vision, have the same personality, and likes different things. So, for example, the best thing I can think of is you like the movies, they like movies. You like romance movies, they like romance movies. You like education and watching documentaries, so do they. You like going on vacations overseas, they like going on. So all those things are like-minded people. And you like working as hard to get to the next level, so do they. So that's a like-minded community of people. And so be with like-minded people who have similar interests and styles and things that you can appreciate. that you can learn from, grow from, be inspired from, because we can learn from each other. We can support each other in those things. So I had to talk about that because it's so important to understand that you cannot control other people's minds, or you can't make people like you. They have to want to like you, and you have to want to like them. Everybody has the right to their opinion as long as they're not bothering you, you don't bother them, and everybody is good. That's how I feel about that one. And so I wanted to talk about that because people have experienced all kind of things from school, from bullying. I mean, when you have envy and hate in your heart because of someone else, it can cause all kind of problems, dangerous problems. You need professional help. I just had to get that out there. Find out why you feel that way. And let's talk about all those who are being hated on. You're being hated on because you are on your grind doing your thing. And you love who you are. And you're in your element and in your zone. And you like being who you are. You like being a queen. You like being a king. Matter of fact, let me change that. You love being a king. You love being a queen. It's not a position, it's a disposition. Again, I say to you, it's not a position, it's a disposition. That means you have limitations and boundaries and things that you don't want nobody to cross. That means that you respect certain things, and if people cross the line, you don't accept it. And why should you? It's your choice. So, moving right along, I just had to get that out there. Again, do not compete with someone today. Compete with who you were yesterday and keep adding on to that. Now I want to talk a little bit, have a conversation about people who constantly chase after people who don't want them. There's people who do that. There's a difference between pursuing and stalking. There's a difference between being annoying. If you are that person who's constantly begging for attention and begging for people to love you, please seek professional help, counseling, a mentor, a pastor, because you are a person of value, just like they're a person of value. And queens, understand something. You can't sleep your way to making someone love you. A man uses sex like you use sports. Yeah. And so if a king has made a decision that he just wants you as a lover, he just wants to have sex with you, and you can keep begging to get married, and he doesn't want you in that way, it's time for you to move on. Find your person. He's out there. You just have to be patient. And while you're waiting and being patient, work on your self-esteem. Work on those areas in your life that make you feel bad about yourself. Perhaps you need to lose weight, and you don't need people to tell you that. You know how you feel. If you don't feel that you look good enough to you, not for someone else, then you make a decision. It's not going to be easy losing weight. It took you years to gain weight. It's going to take you some time to lose it. It's not an instant thing. It is a lifestyle change. Lifestyle changes are always very difficult. I'm doing a lifestyle change right now. This is vegetable soup, a little bit of pasta, and a salad, and LaCroix, seltzer water. Cutting back on sugars and sweet drinks and all that, and wines and all those things that can help put on weight. So you have to make a decision. But it has to be a lifestyle change that you're ready for. And understand one thing, you might slip back into bad habits because it's not an overnight success. But don't beat yourself up with that. Just say, hey, I cheated, so just finish cheating for that day, get it out of your system, and and then go to the next day and I say, I'm going to try again. We all have those moments when we just want to have a cheat day. Matter of fact, I think everyone should have a cheat day. That way you won't feel deprived. Just eat what you like on that day and get it out of your system. I didn't say binge. I said have a cheat day. Very important. Because realistically, you have to live and enjoy life too. So you don't want to take everything away that gives you pleasure. For example, Queen D, me, have allergies. And it was not really diagnosed until I became a teenager, so I suffered a lot. I suffered from eczema. I suffered from colitis because it was something I was allergic to in certain foods. So the doctor one day, transparency, this is not even in my notes, I don't know why I'm going to, but God wants me to testify. Okay, anyway. So, one day, my mother made spaghetti meatballs and I was in severe pain at the age of 12 or 13. We was on our way to great adventures because I live in New York. I was living in New York at the time. That's where I'm from. And I was doubled over in pain. After a series of tests, they found out that I was allergic to a lot of foods. One of them being citrus, in tomatoes, pineapples, and even a mild form of strawberries, which I eat once in a while. But I've learned moderation. But also, he took out pork. He took out dairy. He took, so I'm lactose intolerant as well. He took out chocolate. He took out eggs and bacon and all the things I love and left me with oatmeal and toast, no lie, and fruit. I couldn't even have an orange anymore. I used to love orange juice, so I had to switch over to lemonade. Lemonade is a citrus, but not as strong as orange juice. Certain things have properties, but I still can't have too much lemonade. I cried like a baby. I really did, because I was young. And I knew that I was going to be missing out. So when my family was having eggs and bacon, I was crying like a baby. My father searched all over till he found a place that had beef sausage and turkey sausage for me. And thank God for egg substitutes. And so I wasn't just left with oatmeal anymore. I mean, I could have pancakes, but in moderation because it would hurt my stomach because it's a heavy carb and the syrup is too sweet. It took me some time to accept, I'll use that word, that I could no longer have chocolate at Easter. My father used to always buy chocolate at Easter and Valentine for my mom. And he would give us a box of chocolate as well. So to this day, I can't have chocolate chips and chocolate. Not unless it's white chocolate and it doesn't have the heavy cocoa base. I had to learn to accept that I couldn't have it. I had to read the ingredients of everything. And that's what I mean. My lifestyle changed, but I got used to it. Once was a time I couldn't have this vegetable soup. And this is a mild form, so it's not a pure tomato base. I had to learn the foods that I could eat and enjoy. But that's why I say it's so important to keep the things that you can enjoy. But you don't want to deprive yourself of everything. So I learned as I got older to do things in moderation because I would break out in eczema. If I would attempt to go back to the foods the doctor took out, I would have eczema so bad that my mother had to take me to the doctor because I was scratching so much. I was bleeding all between the joints and behind my neck and my face. The children used to make fun of me, call me all kind of horrible names. And it was hard growing up, looking in the mirror as a child. So that's when I became a teenager. But my mom took me to every doctor she could. And finally, we found one, a great dermatologist that gave me a cream that cleared me up. And I started to develop, and I started to bloom. And guess what? I ain't looking back. I haven't looked back since. But that's just a story to tell you that we all go through different things. So I would say, don't deprive yourself of all the good stuff in life. Learn moderation. Because the minute you say no to everything, sooner or later you'll resent it and you'll get angry. You will. You'll get angry. You'll be like pissed off, and you're gonna go back and try again because you're gonna get mad. And that's just like, I can't even have peanut butter, which I used to love peanut butter, until they came out with sunflower butter. I can eat that. Or they have a new butter called, it's like a protein butter. I don't know what it's made from. I think it's tofu or whatever. I don't know. The point is, I can have it and it tastes almost like peanut butter. The sunflower butter tastes better though. Enough of that. So, I'm saying to you, just be mindful that in this world, there's things you can accept and things you don't have to accept. Things you can change and things you don't have to change. But also remember that you are okay. You're fine. You're blessed. And you're highly favored. And don't let people put images in your mind, make you feel bad about yourself. That's what I'm saying. Take care of your appearance the best that you know how, because it is a psychological thing. No one has the right to tell you how to look and dress, except if you're underage and it's your parents. So, kings and queens, moving forward into 2023, get excited, because there's a lot of adventure ahead. Just keep saying adventure, abundance. Say it, put it in the atmosphere. Don't look back and don't listen to negativity. I can't stress that enough, because you're going to have some things that's going to really make you really upset. People can piss you off, Things can piss you off. But you gotta learn how to take good care of yourself, mentally, physically, spiritually. You gotta have some space time for yourself. You gotta create a space where you can just relax your mind. I call it mindfulness. Get everything out of your mind and visualize where you want to be and who you want to be with someone positive, someone that wants you. Oh, that makes me think about something. Sometimes, kings and queens, find someone. I don't know why I'm going this direction. It's the music, I guess, that they vibe with. But they're not sure, because they don't know sometimes what the other person wants. That's called having communication and a conversation. And sometimes it's hard, especially when you are putting your heart out there. Because you can control your mind logically. Excuse me. You can't always control the heart. That's harder. The heart wants what it wants, when it wants. And that takes time to get that under control. But if you find someone and they're really truly vibing with you, both of you will know. Because it's a spiritual connection. Then you have to find out if you are on the same journey. And that you want the same things. Don't let mediocrity or society tell you who you should be with. No one has the right to do that. You see, society wants to match people up with race, culture, religion, color, politics, even complexions. It's stupid, isn't it? They don't have the right to do that. You be with who you want to be. And don't worry about what everybody else thinks. I know that's hard because we all do it, including moi. But you have to unlearn bad stuff, bad behavior, negative things from the past, society stuff. You have to unlearn a lot of stuff and then retrain the mind. Because a lot of stuff that we were taught just wasn't right and still is not right. But we're living in a day, an era, a society that's changing, that's transforming the way we see people, the way we look at life, the way we eat, breathe, think. It's changing. Some of us don't want change, but change is good. Change is good if it's for positivity. If change is going to make things better in a positive light, stop fighting it. Because it's going to happen anyway, whether you are on board or not. Because that's just the way the world is. And so we just have to be prepared for change. You know, Queens is very important for us to understand that the way we date in 2023 is going to be different from the way we dated back in 2018 and 19. Because the world has evolved after the pandemic. So now we have a strong social media platform. We have a strong online community for dating. And so we have to look at the world and people differently and figure this one out. But the one thing that we are all going to all have to do is take care of ourselves. Queens, when you look in the mirror, think about what you see and how you feel about who you are. Are you going by what people said you look like, or are you going by what you think you look like? Because I've noticed that plastic surgery is higher than it's ever been before. And we have money at our fingertips to get it. Because now they have payment plans, people take out insurance on themselves. There's so many ways to get plastic surgery now. People go to other countries and get a discount. I just had to get sick of that. But you have to decide, is it necessary, or are you following the trend? Because you know trends change. The minute you get on board for one trend, okay, for example, years ago, the trend for eyebrows was super thin. My mom's generation. Then it changed, and everybody was into the Brooke Shields generation of eyebrows. Then it changed again, we're back to thin again. Now we're back to thick again. Same thing with hairstyles and clothes and body types. Once upon a time, everybody was supposed to be super thin, like the runway models. Then the models decided, I don't want to be super thin. They started working out in the gym and building their bodies up and putting on more weight. And then the trend changed again. And heavier body types was the norms. You realize, hey, this is good. I don't starve anymore. But what I'm saying is, now there's a trend for big lips, big brows, big everything. And you have to decide, are you in it for the trend, or is it you just want it because you want it and you always wanted it? Because the minute you decide to get it, what if the trend changes again? Everybody's back to, oh, smaller breasts, smaller butts, smaller lips. You can't follow every trend. You have to be you and decide what's best for you, queen. And whoever is with you is for you. And that's that. End of story on that. And that's what queens do. Queens have limits, and queens are not going to let someone control every idea and thought that they have. And because a queen decides, this is where I want to be, and I ain't changing. Simple as that. So whoever's for me is for me. You know, and queens have to be the same way for the kings. Kings, are you now looking at the trend? Do you want to wear pigtails and fingernail polish and earrings and get a penis extension and etc., muscle pecs put in, and because there's some trends for you too. Wear pink, this, that. Again, trends will change and continue to change. So you have to decide as an alpha. Are you going to follow every trend, or are you going to be your best, authentic self, unapologetic? That's what it's all about. Self-acceptance, self-care, self-awareness. So when you do a self-assessment, make sure you are doing a self-assessment that is a healthy choice that works for you. Just like nutrition. It's nutrition for the soul. Everybody needs nutrition for the soul. Moving along. So in conclusion, going into 2023, prepare for the future, kings and queens. Build your immunity up for the environment. Take good care of your health for yourself and for your family, for your loved ones. And take care of your mental health, kings and queens. Your psychological and emotional well-being. Because your mind is very powerful. And what you believe is what you receive. So always try to embrace the good stuff. The stuff that will help improve your life. The stuff that will help you launch your brand, or get you that promotion, or get you in physical good shape. A lifestyle change, of course. Whatever you need to do that makes you feel good. Maybe you need to take some time off for a mental break. Everybody's been through a lot the past 2 years. But isn't it wonderful that you get this chance? Not to do over, but to enhance. To continue your journey. Continue this adventure we call life. Spend some time with yourself. Get to know who you are. And if you already know who you are, just continue to take care of who you are. Be the best version of yourself. you like, if that's your thing. Put it on a vision board, if that's your thing. Whatever makes you feel empowered, that helps you every day, is what you need to do. And I just want to thank you so much. I love you all, and I thank you for taking this time out of your schedule to watch this. Share it with a friend, family. Share it with a friend of me. you know, but I just had to put that in there. But subscribe, like, share. I appreciate it. And the next time I'll be going into another topic that we can have a conversation. I'm just going to write a list of all these wonderful things, all these challenging things that we want to talk about. Get more in depth in the new year. That's what I'm going to do. Going forward, I will be traveling. Queen's Code Conversation is going from state to state and across the waters. I'm claiming it. And because I love having conversations in the no judgment zone, my mission is to get people to talk, to inspire, to drop some gems, to motivate, to empower in this modern world. And remember, you are your best fan. It's okay to like and love your entertainers and sports figures and talk show hosts and all that. That's cool. That's wonderful. But also know that you're a fan and you have a voice. So you can go down to my DM. You can check it out and say, hey, I have a book that I want to talk about. I have some things that I want to get off my chest and have a discussion about. Because guess what? You're a star too. You're your own celebrity. And you have the right to use your voice if that's what you want to do. Come on my show and let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Because kings, well, it's a queen, not a king. So you come on my show as well. Lorraine Moi means the queen in me. And I will be talking to the Leroy's, which means the king. Until next time.